What's up guys, Jaden Irwin here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is part 8 and the final part of the Sapling Crash Course. So hopefully you've been following along and kind of enjoying learning about this new framework that I built. And really, I'm honestly ready to kind of move on and start building with it on the YouTube channel. So I know we've been building a blog through this crash course, but I'm excited to build like agents and cool like AI apps with Sapling, because I think that's one of the best use cases for it, is these like little mini APIs and AI agents that also kind of have an interface to them. That's what I've been using lately. And yeah, so let's hop into it, kind of wrap things up here. Really what I wanted to do is just take our home page, right? Our home.tsx and our index blog, so like the blog page, if you go to /blog on our site. And I kind of wanted to create some components and add some design to this. So let's go ahead and tell Claude here, we're going to say update the design of the home page to be a minimal and modern developer blog. Let's create a shared blog list component that both the homepage and blog page use. So let's start there. And we're going to let it do its thing. I've actually really been enjoying the new Claude 4 update, the Claude 4 model, a lot more than I did the 3.7 model. I don't know if you guys had the same experience, but 3.7 kind of went off the rails pretty quickly and just started deleting things for me. So I wasn't a huge fan of that. But yeah, this new model's been doing pretty well for me for UI updates and fixing certain bugs and things. But I do find myself probably using Gemini 2.5 Pro the most. It just seems to understand my project the best, I feel. But I've heard the UI design of this Claude 4 model is really good. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. So let's go back and refresh. And that looks pretty good, right? We've got developer notes, recent posts, view all posts. Looks like it did create a shared component between those, or at least I saw in the list that it did, blog list. If we go here, we should see, let's just accept all of that. Go back to home. Is it using blog list? It is using blog list. Okay, cool. So let's say flesh out the design a bit more and add a newsletter form in the hero of the homepage. So you can see this is a new model. It isn't trained on Sapling. Sapling doesn't have the reach yet to really be on their radar, I don't think. But you can see that it's picked up our patterns really quickly because of kind of the foundation of how I built Sapling and the technology stack that I chose to use. So it understands Hono right off the bat, understands Tailwind is kind of built into the system. And from there, it's creating what we want. So that's really what I was running into and kind of worried about creating a new framework. Would it understand a new paradigm or like a new way of doing things that's still old in some ways, or still like the current way of doing things with other frameworks? And it seems like that was actually a good bet that I made, that it does actually understand the context of what's going on, and a new model works just fine with Sapling projects. So there we go. We've got a blog, we've got a newsletter form that actually looks really good. We've got view all posts, pretty clean, minimal. That looks good to me. Okay, give that to cursor. Please fix the blog list not being full width. Let's see if it can fix that real quick. And really, I didn't want to add too much to the design to this. I just wanted to, spruce it up just a little bit, kind of make it look more like a traditional blog. And then what I'm going to do last here is show you how to deploy your Sapling site. Because this is a Hono API, technically, this is a Hono app, you can deploy it anywhere that Hono works, which would be Cloudflare workers. You can deploy it to Vercel. You can deploy it to Deno Deploy, which is what we're going to use here. Really anywhere that servers work is where Hono works, right? So it doesn't matter if it's a Bun server or a Deno server or a Node server, it just works, right? There's maybe a little bit of config that you have to do for each of those, but it does just work. So there we go. We got recent posts in a little grid format, and we got view all posts goes there. The about page, obviously the about page isn't fleshed out, but this looks pretty good. Definitely passable for like a first pass at design on a pretty simple blog. So let's go ahead and push this. We're going to create a new branch. Let's say part 8, design for home page and blog. Push that. And this might be because of let's just do final part. It might be because I didn't delete what I had earlier. So let's go ahead and push this under final part. Okay, and then you can see here, I've kind of snuck ahead a little bit for Sapling Crash Course. I've gone to dash.deno.com, and then on the main page, there's like create new project. It should be a pretty straightforward button to find. But let's go ahead and go to the flow that you're going to run into is very similar, right? You're going to integrate with the GitHub repository that we have with the one that you have, I should say, not mine, but Sapling Crash Course is the name of ours. You'll obviously have a different name, and we're going to target the final part branch that we just created. And this is the thing that I wanted to point out. So Sapling, because it's a build list system, there is no build step by default. There is no config really that you have to worry about for installs or builds on a Sapling project, which is really cool because it's so minimal. And then if you go to the entry point, you can just point it at that index file, right? So the index.tsx, which is the entry for our Hono app. So let's go ahead and deploy that. It should be pretty quick because there's not a whole lot on there. Obviously there's some imports and some dependencies in there, but not much. We can look at the logs and see that that's deploying. I'm a big fan of Deno Deploy. I think it's just one of the smoothest for simpler projects. When I need a larger server or something that has more control, I'll usually reach for like Google Cloud Run, which is really great. Vercel's obviously awesome too. But the cool thing is you can take this wherever you want to. So if you want to use Vercel, you can absolutely go ahead and use Vercel. But you can see there, that was pretty quick, and that was technically like the first deploy with that code. So they're kind of faster actually as you kind of move around and change the code on the fly. But yeah, there we go. We've got recent posts, we've got view all posts, and that is live on our website, sapling-crash-course.deno.dev. You can see everything is super quick. Obviously images could be optimized and things, but we've done some of the optimization ourselves. We could probably optimize those further manually, but this is pretty snappy. View all posts, jumping in. You got the code block functions that we talked about. Let's just go ahead and let's go to the home page and just drop it into a page speed to see. Web.dev. And I'm going to bet it's pretty good. There's probably some accessibility things we need to fix, but let's see. You can see we've got a newsletter, got the subscribe, unsubscribe at any time. That looks good. Wow. So performance is 0.8, largest contentful paint, speed index 1.4, a solid 100. It's a very simple website, right? There's not a lot going on here, but you can imagine because Sapling is designed to be so minimal, it's server-side rendering, it's just giving you HTML on those requests. It's very similar to Astro, it's very similar to 11D in that way. It's just minimal. So you can see that out of the box, the performance is great. And if you're optimizing your images properly, you should also kind of keep that performance up there in the 90s and 100. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to show you guys, is let's add some design and let's take it live on the web. So that's really it for this Sapling Crash Course. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, definitely leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. The next one is maybe going to be a little bit different format. I haven't quite decided, but yeah, I'm starting to play around with different formats, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So we'll see you around. Peace.